why they should be good and they should be nice and they should always do what is right to the people or to their neighbors. And we don't want to really take it for granted, and we want to be reminding you every now and then so that you will get acquainted to doing good, and you will be always extending the love to your loved ones around you and even around your neighborhood. We are here to really educate you, entertain you, and give you information that you need to use all the time, because by using such information you will learn a lot. You will gain a lot, doing good to people, doing good to yourself. So we are going to be starting our program with a very good message from our clerics. We have both Islam and Christianity, which are the strong religion here in Nigeria, which we all believe. And we say, oh, let's talk to ourselves. Let the imam talk to you. Let the pastor talk to you. Let them really tell you that what you are doing, anything you are doing, you need to be guided. And that is why we should be having that. We may not be having the Kiddies Corner today because we have two guests in the house, and these two guests are really specialists, consultants, as well as fire safety professionals. As we roll on, please stay tight, and then you follow us little by little. We're coming.
Good evening, Eagles FM, Abuja. Good evening to our hosts in the studio. Good evening to Nigerians. I count it as honor for me to contribute to nation building and development, and I like to express my profound gratitude for this opportunity. On the issue at hand, talking about morality, the Christian perspective on the subject matter, first and foremost, let me categorically make this clear. One does not need religion to be morally sound, morally correct, or morally balanced. Greetings, powerfully Eagles FM, and greetings to all our esteemed listeners globally. Talking about making and fulfilling promises, a Christian perspective, the Bible emphasizes the significance of keeping promises and the impact on our relationship. In Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 5, the Bible says it is better not to make a vow than to make one and not fulfill it. In James chapter 5 verse 12, the Bible says our yes should be yes and our no should be no. These teachings promote simplicity, honesty, and reliability in one's word. As Christians, we must know that we are always accountable to God, and keeping one's promises reflects one's character, which shows that you can be trusted. And keeping to your promises also strengthen relationship with men. Promises are sacred commitment. Keeping them cultivate trust, integrity, and faithfulness, reflecting God's character. Always carefully consider your promises before making them. My name is John.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallim. Amma ba'd. Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, Eagles FM. And good evening, our host in the studio, Safeshere Connect. My name is Muhammad Igmitadi Abu Muhammad from Voyage International School, Abuja. Today, inshallah, we'll be discussing matters surrounding fulfilling promise. In our society today, people make a lot of promises to individual. The father make promise to the children. Even wives make promise to their husbands. Society make promise to other people together with the government. So what does it entail in Islam to say someone fulfill the promise that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed for him? Firstly, let us look at Surah Al-Isra, verse 34. Our Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا مَالَ الْيَتِيمِ إِلَّا بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ حَتَّى يَبْلُغَ أَشُدَّهُ وَأَوْفُوا بِالْعَهْدِ إِنَّ الْعَهْدَ كَانَ مَسْئُولًا. Our Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and do not approach the property of an orphan except in the way that is best until he reaches maturity, and fulfill every commitment. Indeed, the commitment is ever that about which one will be questioned. It tells you that the promise that the individual has actually made, our Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask for it on the day of judgment. Secondly, is that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also told us that there are 3 signs that we use to know an hypocrite. When he mentioned, he said, إِذَا حَدَثَ كَذَبَ, whenever he speaks, he lies. وَإِذَا وَعَدَ أَخْلَفَ, whenever he makes promises, he betrays the promise, he does not fulfill the promise. The question that comes to mind is, why do you think people most of the time do not fulfill their promises? There are 2 things our scholars have mentioned regarding that. Number 1 is al-kadhb, lying. Number 2 is al-ajz. Sometimes you are truthful about the promise, but you are incapacitated, you are not able to do that particular promise. So what is the way out? The way out is, whenever you want to make a promise, try as much as possible to be truthful. Even the other way around, you could not actually fulfill that promise as and when due. So what you should do is to call the person and explain to the individual. This is what Islam has actually taught us. It means no matter who the person is, whether the person is a Muslim, the person is not a Muslim, we must always continue to fulfill our promise that we have made. The government should do that for those promises they have made. The people in the community should also fulfill the promises they have actually made to one another. May Allah subhanahu.
Safeshere Connect.
Yes, you are welcome. You have heard from the clerics what the essence of making promise and the essence of fulfilling such promises. You have achieved anything by breaking your promises. Outside that, you are not, in fact, your integrity is questioned at that moment. You are also offending your creator. So because that person you have deceived, you have offended him. And such offense has extended to your creator, because he will not be happy with you. So let us continue to be guided all time. While we are doing this, I want to quickly bring to our notice that whenever you are, because the program is about moralities of life, safety, health, and security. We just some days ago there was this campaign for breast cancer, where these are the things to do, these are not the things to avoid. And a very good a professional in mental health awareness as well as breast cancer, she was giving a lecture, and she said something that most people are careless about. And she said something, she said, ladies, stop wearing things that are too tight to your body. I got this, and I said, no, I'm going to make use of this knowledge and, propagate it by making people to understand during this program. Why is it that, okay, if it's too tight to your body and you are wearing it for hours, you can see the effect. You are not even a very reputable organization. One is a consultant and the other a fire safety professional. I will be introducing them in a short while. Thank you very much for listening. Yes, before we open our lines for you to have introduce them quickly, today we are honored to have 2 distinguished guests, and Safeshere Connect is ready to, avail you the opportunity to learn from them. Our first guest is DC Timve Jeremiah. DC simply means Deputy Controller, the Chief Fire Prevention Officer of FCT Fire Service. He will be bringing to us a wealth of experience in fire safety and prevention, and he will be sharing valuable insights on how to protect your property from fire hazards, both at home and in the workplace. You are welcome, sir. DC Timve Jeremiah.
It's my pleasure.
All right. Our second guest is Adaure Lilian for ensuring fire safety and emergency preparedness. Aren't we be blessed to have them on the studio? Aren't we be blessed to have them on the studio? You are welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much.
Incidents and many fire outbreaks are caused by substandard electrical equipment. These have flooded our markets and people have lost their livelihood. Governments have lost properties, completely burnt down. And all of these can be managed if we try to have some of these fire safeties put together to help manage the fire situation in Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much. And that also goes to the DC, Tim Jeremiah, please. Can you explain how we can manage fire, we can prevent fire from happening in our homes or workplaces?
Thank you very much. Let me pick up from where my colleague had started. Somebody said, and I quote, any business you are doing and you don't invest in fire safety, it's a risky business. The capacity to bring down all your investment in a single hour.
Yeah.
You don't just play around with fire, especially we have to do with our safety, both in our homes and in our businesses. And to me, as fire prevention officer, this sensitization is apt in the sense that anytime we come through the Ember months, people give it different names. The one thing is very, very key and notable. Notable in the sense that the dry season sets in. So the atmosphere is saturated with so much heat, the humidity is very low. So anything that you may handle, if you don't handle it very well, bound to be causing fire outbreak. So fire sensitization is something that we don't treat with kid gloves, especially in our homes and also in our businesses. Remember, it is what translates in the home that goes to the business premise. Because if your home is not safe, there's no way you function better even while you're in your business place. So fire awareness or fire safety awareness is very, very key for us to imbibe, even right away from the grassroots to wherever opportunity will grant us.
All right, thank you so much. I think if I can understand better, that means it's the first thing, even if you are to erect a building, we must put fire prevention of such structure into consideration.
Exactly.
All right, so no problem. I want to really know if people have been engaging the fire service in this aspect by trying to break them to their structures right from the scratch, even from the design stage. Please, can you elaborate on that?
The problem, or do I call it the problem, or our attitude toward fire safety, especially in this part of the world, is not so encouraging. And why do I say that? You see, somebody can build a multi-millionaire enterprise, but he's not careful about putting just the necessary or the minimum fire safety standards in that kind of place. Now, what are the things that do I need to do? You know, there is this mentality that I used to say, because I've been involved in fire sensitizations in most organizations, the God forbid mentality. And I used to tell people, God forbid mentality, it is not a fire prevention strategy. Because you say God forbid and the fire keep happening every day. And from our own statistics, there is no single day, because coming from the fire service background, there's no single day or barely any single day that goes down without we taking one or two calls of fire outbreak. Then means by me just mere wishing does not stop a fire from happening. What stops a fire from happening or visiting your homes or your business is what you have put in place to prevent that fire in case there is an outbreak. So what am I saying in essence is that God forbid mentality, which is an attitude that some of us has grown with, it is not a risk assessment or fire prevention measures. We must do the needful. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We have gotten that knowledge right now, but we still want to emphasize on that. So that means God forbid mentality is very, very wrong, because a mere wish that fire will not happen has never ever stopped fire from happening. And okay, if I may ask you, then what are the measures you think we can do in this our modern society on how to quickly alert people that fire, is it about happening or is already happening? What kind of device can we install in our homes? Yes, this question go to you, Madam Lilian.
Okay, thank you for that question. So there's a 2022 resolution from National Assembly that all homes must have a fire service alerting device.
Oh, that's good.
And to buttress what DC Jeremiah said about the God forbid mentality, is that I think the fire service should make it compulsory that all homes should have fire alerting devices connected to their homes, to help manage fire incidents and communicate with the fire department on time. Because if we have these devices in our homes, it alerts the fire service department near us, and then they respond in due time to help manage this facility, your facilities. Also, it helps that the quicker firefighters can arrive at a scene and manage the situation, reducing the risk they may face. So also this technology and these devices will help protect those who protect us, and giving them an advantage with any early warnings that this is what they have to go face and how they can manage it.
All right, that's good. So now that means once the household have installed this device, it will alert the fire service.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I think this is a welcome development, because fire service cannot be everywhere every time. So, and in that case, if you have a fire safety device in your home, be it fire extinguisher and fire alerting system, I think you stand a chance to save your home yourself even before the arrival of fire service. Yes. I want to believe that people are really getting this knowledge, because I think if I were to be one of the listeners today, I think the best thing is after the program I'll just start calling for the installation of these devices. So let me quickly ask the prevention officer. So now, is there any facility or any property that is more important than the other in terms of installation of fire safety device?
Let me not quote the poem, since all animals are equal, but some are more equal.
That's good.
But when it comes to property, there is no property that is more important or more preferred than any. And why do I say so? And what may be preferred, or what may you look down by somebody else, may be valued by another person. So it then means all of us are equal, or all the properties are equal. Now, if you cascade down to the national asset, every property matters. And that's why, as public servants, it is our responsibility to make sure that every property is safe, because it is adding to, no matter what, the GDP of the country, or the states where those properties are. So no property is of a preferred preference to any. All of us, all of them, we look at them on that face, on the same face as a five-star duplex or whatever you call it.
If there's anything like that.
We in the fire service, it's our responsibility to make sure that all the properties are protected, no matter who owns them.
Oh, that's good.
It's also our responsibility to make sure that those properties, if they're affected in one way or the other, we must respond. And let me also add, lest I forget, is that as our sister was saying, so as my colleague was saying, in any disaster management, the first 3 minutes or 5 minutes of response matters greatly.
Yes.
Now, if you miss out those times of response, the quick response, you won't be able to handle most of the emergencies or the disasters. That's why the quick response is very, very important. And I want to submit that, as you're talking about the alerting system, which is what we call the mode of alerting the fire services. If you don't alert us, as you rightly says, we're not spirits to be everywhere. And the fire alerting system she's talking about is a gradual graduation from the normal means or mode that we know of getting fire service to know that there is a fire in a particular building. That may take a longer time. You may call it archaic, but that was what we're known with. Now, because of technology and the world is moving global, we need to move with the trend of time. So such devices is to help us know, in case if there is an emergency, we should respond quickly and then handle the situation. So it's a very, very welcome development, even in the fire service sector.
All right. So that means you have this the fire alerting system installed in your office right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Now, if this device is being installed in homes, I was saying that is there any way the owner of the house will be alerted even if it's not at home? Please.
Okay. Yes. So how this device works is even when it has maybe system malfunction, it's built to still work. You know, even when you're not there, because sometimes you might be away from the house, maybe at work, you traveled. So even when a fire breaks out and you're not in the house, this device will alert the fire service department.
Okay.
Sometimes it might be a trigger. So they call to say, oh, we just got an alert from your home. Or so, but even when you're not home, they have their men on standby to deploy them to the location and try to manage the incident.
Wow.
So this device is very important, and we're calling on all state governments to get hospitals involved, gas plants, filling stations, churches, mosques. This will help manage the fire situation in FCT. And I'm also commending the Minister of FCT for backing this whole initiative up. It's an amazing achievement for this administration, and it's going to go a long way in helping us manage the fire situation in FCT.
All right, thank you so much. Please, that means what we normally see on movies, you see fire service responding to a call, and they will get to the place. Even the owner, the occupants of the house are not aware that something is really happening.
Yeah.
And then, so it's already happening in Nigeria?
Yeah, those things are being put in place right now, which it's at the gateway, the FCT fire emergency monitoring gateway, which is live right now. So devices like the routers, smoke detectors, which will be connected to your homes, to have them in your homes connected to the gateway, and in the case of your absence, these devices send signals to the fire service departments. And the time, sometimes we've seen situations where a fire breaks out in markets or homes, and then most of the people there don't even have the fire service department number close to them. And that time that we're trying to look for the numbers of any fire service department close to you, It would have been very effective,
yeah.
if you have these devices in your home.
And fire is not waiting.
Exactly. So
Alright.
by the time they manage the situation, you realize that, okay, this device, I just think everybody needs to be connected to this device.
Thank you so much, Sister Lillian and DC Team Jeremiah. Please, now on the top of the hour, 5 o'clock, I'm going to be opening the telephone line only after this commercial. Thank you so much.
Safety just got a whole lot smarter. Introducing the FCT Fire Emergency Monitoring Gateway, a revolutionary innovation that ensures 24 hours prompt smoke and fire detection and response from the FCT Fire Service. Hurry! Connect your home, office complex, plaza, mall, shop, factory, etc. to the FCT Fire Emergency Monitoring Gateway today. No more delays, no more worries. Let's keep your loved ones and property safe. For inquiries on how to get connected to the FCT Fire Emergency Monitoring Gateway, please call our 24-hour toll-free line 080-000-FCTFX, 080-000-FCTFX, or 080-00-03-2837, 080-00-03-2837. This message is from the Public Relations and Enlightenment Unit of the FCT Fire Service. Stay safe, stay protected.
The FCT Fire Service, under the leadership of Engineer Adebayo Amiola Zaccheaus, urges residents to prioritize fire safety, keep flammable materials away from any heat sources, and always focus when cooking. Never divide your attention. Avoid overloading electrical appliances, and if you notice any irregularities, take immediate action. Exercise caution with bush burning and report any concerns to the fire service at 0209 290 6118. That is 0209 290 6118 or 0814 646 3440. That is 0814 646 3440. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. Equip your homes with essential fire safety devices such as fire extinguishers.
Discover Nibro Varieties, your online one-stop shop specializing in a wide range of products, especially for women. From elegant Turkish gowns, Egyptian bracelets, and Pakistani hijabs to Nigerian ashokes, kitchen utensils, blenders, and all your household needs. Nibro Varieties has it all, delivering quality goods right to their doorsteps, even without meeting them in person. We are committed to serving you. For your orders, please WhatsApp 08060857288 or call 08060857288. That is 08060857288. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to our loyal customers for their continuous patronage. Shop with Nibro Varieties today, where convenience meets quality.
Back to the studio. We are back and we are still having our guest, DC Team Jeremiah, and our fire safety consultant, Lillian Daly. So you're welcome. And as I was asking the other time about this fire, that is FCT Fire Emergency Monitoring Gateway, I want to ask if it is possible for the whole household in FCT to really key into this gateway and there won't be network busy.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think it's important that every household and businesses key into the gateway, because situation in Abuja, and this fire gateway is actually long overdue. If we think about it, it's long overdue, and every household needs to get connected to the gateway.
Hello, please welcome. Hello, good morning, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Please, I'd like to ask a question to either of your guests, please.
Either of my guests. Okay, you're welcome. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Matilda and I'm calling from Apo in Abuja.
Apo, okay, please, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your question, please.
Okay, so my question is that we could get that would, alert the fire service. So I wanted to ask the consultant where we can get such devices and how come we haven't seen any of it in the market.
Okay.
In the FCT.
Okay, where you can get the device and how close the device is to you. Is that your question?
Sir.
All right, thank you very much. We'll be doing that. In fact, my guest here will be answering that soon. Please keep listening and thank you for your call.
Thank you.
All right, you can get that question is about how close is the device to this household in FCT. Where can they get this device from? Please, can you please explain?
Okay, thank you. So for now, we all know that the gateway is live. And so I think, and there's a toll-free line to be called, there's a toll-free line which directs you to the fire service department in FCT. So when you call the line and one of the fire service department officials picks and you ask them where you can get these devices, and then they can direct you to where you can get the devices and get it installed in your homes and get connected to the gateway.
Oh, thank you so much, please. And now that the calls have started coming in, I want to tell our audience that 09087668888 is our line. 09087668888. You can also call 09073530044. I repeat, 09073530044. Please, we are expecting your call soon. Please, you can shed more light to what you have just said now. Please.
Oh, okay. So you can also get these devices from fire vendors, which also the fire department will also help you in locating these fire vendors, it's people should actually be responsible enough to ensure they have this in their homes and installed to prevent fire outbreaks and help both the fire service department and help manage their lives and properties.
All right, sir, the fire prevention officer. I've been seeing this FCT fire emergency monitoring gateway device. What type of properties or facilities are best suited to benefit from connecting to the fire emergency monitoring gateway? Please, sir.
If we're talking about the benefits of
Safeshere
people that
Connect.
are subscribing into the gateway, just want to add to what my colleague just said. When you are dealing with products, there are a lot of adulteration. But you can be sure, or you can be assured that when you get it from the right person, you are sure of what you are buying, and then you're sure of what's in your money. What am I trying to say? Even from the onset, you keep hearing FCT fire service gateway, FCT emergency gateway, and all of that. So I will leave it with the public that if you want to get any of those products, just go to fire service. Leave the rest on how they will direct you to get your product from. That is one. Now, what are the products that can you frame your question again? Sorry.
All right, the facilities that will best benefit.
Now, there is no facility. But I used to tell people, I stand to be corrected. Even when people say there are fireproof materials, I say there is no material that is fireproof. Even your safe that you have to keep your valuables, by the time it is exposed to a certain degree of fire, it will get melted. That means it is no longer fireproof.
All right, that's
so
good.
every material that you have that you know that fire can burn, it then means you need to protect that material. We have filling stations, we have residential houses, and of course you will know that gradually, even in our residences, we are gradually moving away from kerosene and some of those non-traditional ways of cooking to gas, which is a very volatile material. So you having this system or this device in your home is the first step towards securing your investment, towards securing your home. I used to tell people, when the cement that you were buying maybe 1,000 when you were building your houses, it is no longer the same again. So things keep escalating. So you need to protect your properties with whatever monies that you have. Is it a filling stations? Is it a residential house? Is it a mall? Is it a business premises? You should endeavor to get this fire gateway and then access or get linked to the fire service station. And that is a part that everyone should play, as my colleague was saying. Now you have a property, you must try to, as much as possible, connect to this gateway. It has a dual advantage. Even when you are not around, the fire service will be alerted in case of anything. Although I say God forbid, it's not a fire prevention method. But you say God forbid, in case it happened and you're not around, they should be able to respond. But if you don't have this, and in most cases what we notice is that even when there's a fire in a place, the occupants don't normally have the fire service number. But here there is a solution now. You don't even need to have fire service number. Anybody can call, and then you link up to the fire, because they have a SIM that is linked to the gateway in our office, and the control room in the FCT fire service is monitoring all the happenings in the city. So you have less work to do when you install this device in your house.
Okay, that is the monitoring that you have just said now, meaning they are monitoring every household that has installed these devices. Okay, fine. If that should be the case, we have 6 area councils here in FCT, from Amak up to Buhari, Abaji, and so on. So are you saying that the coverage of this gateway will reach okay, where's the boundary? Okay, the boundary is Abaji by Kogi, and then we talk about Suleja by Niger, and then Maraba by Nasarawa, and so on. So are you saying the threshold of this device will reach there seamlessly?
It will reach.
Oh, right.
But every system comes, we normally call it a pilot scheme, or in phases rather, let me put it that way. Because right now, even within the FCT, we have about 15 stations. And 1 in each of the area councils. Now we are taking cognizance of the city centers and some of the nearby stations that this gateway can access. But that does not mean that you cannot get to Abaji. We want to test run and see where we can cover effectively, so that in case we are now bringing in Abaji and up the suburb of the Kashi, we are very sure that you can call us at any point and then we will respond appropriately. Because it will be one thing for us to call us, and then maybe the nearest station to that place is still a distance. It becomes an issue, right? So the phases, we are in phases now, trying to test run and see the workability of even the device and our machines, and then to see that it can actually serve the purpose of effective response to fire emergencies in the FCT.
All right, the fire prevention officer, I think after that question, I will quickly want to do a follow-up to it. Now that you are having this alerting system, you will be activated. Are you really having a modern firefighting equipment that will, stand this test of time? Because this alerting system is going to bring you out more often. Because there are many unreported fire incidences before now, but this one will actually expose. Because if I've installed this device in my house, I expected that it will automatically call you when I'm not around. In a case where this kind of thing happened and then you are turning out, you've turned out for this, you have not even rested, you are turning out for another. So please, do you have a kind of technology that can stand the test of time?
We have a minister that is working. Let me not use the word workaholic. And he has given us his words that we should be rest assured he's going to give us all the equipment that we need to work. And that's why I told you, for now, we are in phases. We wouldn't want to go into something that we'll not be able to handle tomorrow. So as soon as, because he has promised that he's going to give us modern equipment, As soon as we take delivery of all those equipment as I promised, we activate all the area councils and even the suburb of the FCT. So I'm giving you my word that be rest assured.
Right.
As soon as those equipments arrived, since we have a workable minister that is, you know his track records even while he was in rural states, and once he promised, he doesn't give up on his words. He will definitely do that, and this device will cover everywhere.
All right, Lillian, do you have anything to say to that question? Because I really want people to understand that this fire safety is everybody's business, and you can't just say, God has brought this to you. You can always think ahead and do something to secure your home. So what do you have to say in this regard?
Thank you. So honestly, I think this is significantly the best innovation in FCT.
Wow. And
I think other states should emulate FCT at this time, because we can't be talking about fire that leaves people devastated. I mean, people can go to sleep well without the fear of losing their livelihoods, life lost, and all of that. And it is very commendable, the minister, what he's doing with FCT as regards helping to manage fire incidents. Also, I'd like to add that these fire routers are actually available in fire vendors shop across FCT. So once you get in touch with the toll-free lines, you'll be directed on how to get this across shops in FCTs.
So I should not feel lazy to make a call when there is any fire scene that I'm also seeing with your toll-free line.
Not at all.
Okay, no charges at all.
No charges.
Oh, that's very good. I think this is what we all know. And most people, when they want to make calls, okay, now that is it. That also informs me. So meaning if I have 0 credit on my phone, I know there's nothing like I must have credit, but it will not, take any. It must go, so it will go through even my 0 credit.
Yes.
Oh, that's very good. Please, you see something, you say something, and when you say something, you do something. Now you have heard from the experts that this fire issue, there's no excuse anymore. You need to install this FCT fire emergency monitoring gateway. This device is good for you. I think it's a very new one in town, and I want to believe that other states, like you rightly say, will emulate this by installing in their, absorbing, accommodating this in their states, and then making their people to benefit as well. So I want to believe that with this, we are rest assured that fire service will work more. And coming to fire service working more, I was saying that with this device, the usual dry season campaign that fire service embarked upon, I don't know whether with this device we can go to sleep, because I think everybody has installed this device in their homes. Or is it still necessary to educate people on the dry season campaign?
The issue of campaign is a continuous process. Just like training, they say you never give up on training. You keep training and retraining and retraining. What people need is awareness.
Yeah.
And the moment you stop the process of awareness, you should be rest assured that people will go back to sleep. So for us in the FCT, it's not only just the dry season. For this year particularly, let me just say this, we want to be all encompassing. Maybe when you are talking about dry season, people are just thinking of maybe their farming communities, but it's not just about all of that. Very soon the celebrations in Christmas are coming, people keep frying all manners of things and all of that. Some of the fires that happen even in our homes or in our kitchens is not because of the dry season or the dry season campaign or the bush burning and all of that, but a lot of frying. So what I will say, if you go to the markets, especially now that there are rush in buying and all of that, especially as we prepare for the Utah seasons, people buy all manners of things and then they keep it, even some of the things that they don't even need. So our campaign is a continuous process. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. We keep creating awareness and we keep creating awareness until we make sure that the society or the resident is safe when we cannot give up on our dry season campaigns.
All right, thank you so much. That means dry season campaign continues. Like we said, fire router installation in your homes does not stop us or stop the FCT fire service from continuing their dry season campaign. And your fire router is for you to install. An FCT emergency monitoring gateway is in FCT and it will connect to it. So do not relent to do that. Right now, we have one more question for you each, and this question goes to both of you. And I want you to please quickly note that we don't have people have been making these mistakes, and I want you to note it. So now, fire safety mistakes. Once it happens and this device is activated, while waiting for fire service, what should the households be doing? The members of the household be doing? I want to quickly ask DC Jerry first, then Madam Lillian can comment. Thank you so much.
Even the gateway, the essence of the gateway is to first and foremost raise an alarm. Now, if you don't have a device that can raise an alarm, if you are within the neighborhood of that fire, you should be able to raise an alarm. The alarm is also to attract people to come and assist. That's number one. Number two, on raising an alarm, if it is safe for you, and if there are first aid firefighting equipment within your reach, like the extinguishers we're talking about, you can pick it and try to attack the fire. But remember, I say if it is safe.
If it is safe for you.
Because
Okay.
don't try something that will also endanger your own life. Two, you should try to live, if it's in an enclosed environment, evacuate that premises and go to a place that is safe for you. And then if it's in maybe a premises that is a business premises, of course you must take roll call, because even when you call the fire service has been giving you a toll-free numbers and even the emergency numbers, you must take roll call of how many people were in that structure as at the time that the incident happened. And then you should, like the issue of calling fire service, of course you know that you cannot bargain over that. You must call fire service. What is the essence of calling the fire service? Like when my colleague was talking about calling fire service, whether it is a false alarm or whatever, it doesn't matter whether you call fire service and it is a false alarm. They will turn out and then they will see the situation and then they go back. And let me say, it's a free service, it's a humanitarian service. Nobody is charging you for turning out fire service and then there's no fire. No, nobody is charging you for that. So fire service, they will come in case the fire overwhelm you. Remember, because you are calling them, you are just using the first aid firefighting equipment. Once the fire overwhelms you, they should be able to handle it. So those 3 or 4 steps that I've given you are very, very key.
All right.
For every one of us to
Thank you so much, please, Madam Lillian.
First you have to evacuate the building, and while you're doing that, you also see if you can help others to leave the building. And just don't go back inside for any belongings, because you think it's very important to you. And this is why, if you have a fire device that can send signal to the fire service near you, this will enhance emergency response time, which is very effective in getting the fire service get to you faster, or call the fire service department near you. So this is why it is important that people install fire service devices, routers that is connected to the FCT fire emergency monitoring gateway. They connect to they connect their building to the gateway. So I also encourage every resident of FCT to install these fire routers in their homes, because it's going to save lives and properties. And we don't want people losing their lives or their properties or their livelihood in this economy right now.
All right. Thank you so much. When you said something, I will be rounding up now though. When you said something about leaving your belongings and then evacuating from the building, I don't want to ask it that including my iPhone.
Yes, including your iPhone.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now the residents of FCT, you have seen, you have heard what these experts have said about the FCT Fire Emergency Gateway, monitoring gateway, and that you have to install a fire router in your home to be connected. And once you are connected, you stay connected, because what the time is of essence here. The time of response from FCT Fire Service is also of essence. So by the time there's an automatic call to the station and they turn out their men to fight the fire, your lives, your children, your property, everything will be safe. And by the time that is achieved, you have achieved a lot from just a simple installation of a new technology called fire router. Now, if you have done this and you have gotten this knowledge, what are you still doing? So please, in case you've not gotten the number to call when she was drilling it out, I want her to repeat the number once again. And the number is 080 000 FCTFS, or let me say 080 000 32837. Have you gotten the number? 080 000. Yes? Okay, you're yet to get it. 080, another 0, another 0, another 0. That is 4 zeros after the 8. Then you now say 32837. Thank you so much for having, being with us for this week's episode. We are going to be here again next week when we're going to be bringing other experts to come and educate you on health, safety, security, and your environment. Thank you and goodbye.
Hello everyone. This is a special invitation to tune into Eagles 102.3 FM for the Safeshere